Kyoryu Sentai! Zyuranger!
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 44 of my Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger episode commentary and review. This time, Swordswoman, Japan's best. And remember, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. It means a lot to a small channel like this. Now let's get into the episode. The episode opens with an audience enjoying a musical number before the singer is transported away in a tornado, soon followed by a baseballer and a football player. The culprit is Dora Chimera, taking the children's idols until they lose all hope. On a bus, a schoolgirl chides a boy for not giving his seat to an older woman before getting off the bus and wondering why all men are so hopeless. Walking along, she hears her name called before she is attacked by the tornado as well. But using her wooden kendo sword, she strikes out, hitting the Dora monster. Saying not to underestimate her as she is the best swordswoman in Japan, the pair fight until Sayaka is knocked down. But as she gets up, Goosh comes in and starts to fight Dora Chimera. Absorbing the skills of its victims, he kicks the statue at Goosh, but though he dodges, Sayaka is injured by the debris. Knocking Sayaka out of the way of an attack, he puts her into his sidecar and drives off. Goosh apologises for her getting injured and offers to bandage it, but she says they could have beaten the monster and storms off. Later, after giving lessons, Sayaka is approached by the children of her class and asked if she is going to disappear as well, before she reassures them that the dojo is her home and she isn't going anywhere. Outside, Goosh is guarding the dojo as it begins to rain. As the kids leave, she looks at the cut on her hand before noticing Goosh outside in the rain. Handing him an umbrella, she asks what he is doing, and when he says protecting her, she challenges him to a fight, as to protect her, he must be stronger than her. Saying tomorrow morning in the park, she opens her own umbrella and walks off. On the moon, Lamy is asking why Bandora isn't sending Chimera back down, but she just says she has an idea. Sayaka is lying in bed thinking of Goosh. When she hears Bandora and sitting up, she gets a fright. The next morning, Goosh and Sayaka have their duel, but something is wrong, where a strike from Sayaka tears Goosh's clothes, and he realises it's a real sword. Sayaka launches a flip at Goosh, and he realises she is under Chimera's control as they continue to fight. He pleads with her to stop, as she fights for control, but as she strikes Goosh, he stops the sword with his bare hands. Continuing to plead with her, she sees the blood from his hands. She throws herself away and defeats Chimera's control. Goosh attacks Chimera, but is compromised by the pain in his hands. The rest of the Rangers arrive and fight the golems before transforming and taking on Dora Chimera. While Goosh has his hands bandaged by Sayaka, he gets up to rejoin the fight, but Sayaka holds him, pleading with him not to go. As he steps away and transforms to rejoin the fight, as the Rangers attack Chimera, it uses the power of the people it has beaten to beat them back before trying to absorb the Rangers as well. It's stopped by an explosion as it's shot by Goosh and Mothbreaker, as he swears on the bandage on his hand to defeat Chimera in one blow, and jumping down, he defeats Dora Chimera. Bandora uses her magic to make her monsters grow, as Goosh summons Daijujin and the two giants fight. Chimera uses Ice Breath to freeze Daijujin, but it spins around to free itself of the ice. As Goosh calls for Godhorn, and with legendary Thunder Slash, they defeat Dora Chimera once and for all. Later, Goosh is at a restaurant and joined by the other Rangers, as Sayaka turns from looking out the window to continue teaching her class. Okay, so this one's got a little bit of a Goosh romance vibe to it. Especially at the end, where like he's on his own at the restaurant before the others turn up, and he's looking out the window, and of course she's there, like sort of waiting for him while she's like teaching her like kendo class, I think it was. You know, it's a shame that you don't get to see Goosh going back to her or anything like that, because finally, like one of the Zyurangers is actually connecting with a normal person. It's like the only other time I can think of would be Time Ranger, when the Yellow Ranger got very close to the reporter before he then had to go back to the future. And of course, Gokaiger, we found out that he did actually have some kind of relationship with her. But in this case, I don't think Goosh really did. And I think that's a bit of a shame. Obviously, for anyone who hasn't seen the end of Zyuranger, I'm not giving that away. Come back in about 6 episodes' time. 'Cause that's all that's left. I liked Goosh taking charge this time. He's always been sort of second in command anyway. And, he happened to be in the right place at the right time to save the Swordswoman from Dora Chimera, which is a pretty cool design. Bit confused why I think it was the goat's head that had the frost breath. I don't know anyone who actually like thinks of goats and thinks of ice. That part seemed a bit strange, but I suppose chimeras, fire, ice, multiple things. Anything goes, doesn't it? But yeah, just like even the whole like the bit where he's. I mean, if you watch the episode, the proper episode carefully, because when she starts coming around to him and challenges him to like the sword fight, basically saying, you got to be better than me if you're going to protect me. So they go off and do it, and of course she was then brainwashed overnight. But if you watch that fight, you'll notice. I mean, they must have like filmed like so many shots, and this actress must have had to like move almost exactly the same, like both times in her strikes, because it literally flashes back and forth between being a wooden bamboo sword and being a real sword during the fight. It flashes back and forth. So she would have had to do those moves pretty much spot on for them to do that. And there's some good editing as well. I have to say, there's some really good editing. I like the story. It wasn't really something that would have gone like resonated with me as a kid. Um, I mean, it was the whole, oh, we'll like take away the kids' heroes and they'll lose all hope. I didn't really have any. I mean, at that point, what, Nigel Mansell had already finished in IndyCar, so I didn't have him to watch. Didn't really have any Brits in. Well, I suppose Nigel kind of had Hill, but it was sort of. And he sort of got closer towards the end of the season after Senna's tragic accident. But no, I didn't really have any sort of sporting heroes that I could relate to. Oh my god, if they disappeared, I'd lose all hope. Because I've never been a football fan or anything else. I'd rather play a game than watch a game. And yeah, I spent ages on Twitch with loads of people watching me. But yeah, just I mean, it's a good concept and all the rest of it. But I think like after such a good villain last week, I think Bandora sort of let herself down with this one, considering Goosh did most of it single-handed. Um, but also, I mean, hats off to Goosh. I mean, when he grabbed that sword and his hands were all cut, and I love the fact that she bandaged it with her handkerchief. And when he transformed, the bandages were on the outside of his gloves, which means he's then bleeding inside his gloves, which has got to be uncomfortable, if it's real, obviously. But he just seems really impractical. His bandages on his hands go on the outside of the gloves. It just seemed really strange for that to happen. But, you know, you gotta laugh at things. You gotta laugh at things. It's done for a reason. It's good. It's good TV. I mean, if we didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't be here listening to me talk about Zyuranger. Yeah, there's not that much to go. I mean, that was basically everything in it. You know, kids' idols disappearing, her and Goosh nearly having a thing, and the sword stopping. Um, it was fine. It was entertaining. We literally have 6 episodes left to finish, and that's literally 2 one-off episodes and then the 4-part finale. So it's sort of another mini movie. Obviously, we had the revival of Dragon Ranger movie. We had the Special Clay mini movie, and now this. And I suppose you could even say that. Oh no! Wait, what else? There was the Satan Comes, the Daijujin, Ultimate Daijujin. That was a movie as well, like 3 4 episodes together. And yeah, like the whole Barai's Departure, Blaze Barai, Barai Dies, Live Again, Jusoken. That's another 4 part. They did a lot of 4 parts. A lot of 4 parters in this. Which I love. I love the continuing stories. I love those. But anyway, those are my thoughts for episode 44. We'll be back with episode 45. Foolish Boy. So I'm starting to wonder, is that Rodney Trotter? I'll see you next time.